Hello my friends, thank you so much for tuning in and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Jen and I love all things color. We talk about makeup, we talk about skincare. Today it's my favorite topic, mineral sunscreens. If you're in the market for mineral sunscreens or just like myself, like a sunscreen enthusiast, I have a playlist dedicated specifically to mineral sunscreens. You might find a couple of hybrid sunscreen or even like full-on chemical sunscreens there. Don't be mad, but they're just like a few here and there. For the most part, like 99% of them are in fact mineral sunscreens. I really like them, to be honest. I'm always on the hunt. I always want to try mineral sunscreens and see what they look like on darker skin tones because they're a challenge, right? Really are. So today we're talking about a brand new brand, at least for me. It's called Necessaire, and it says it's just called The Sunscreen. I don't know if it's a new brand to Sephora itself, but because the name also is French and there's like French everywhere. So it's mineral. It's very simple. Necessaire The Sunscreen, and it just says mineral SPF 30. It is broad spectrum because its benefits is UVA protection, UVB protection, pollution protection, skin hydration, skin barrier support. And then it says the sunscreen is a mineral treatment infused with skincare actives applied daily to exposed areas. So it says the texture is a lotion texture and the scent is fragrance free and the pH is 7.5 to 8.5. Let me quickly tell you where this is made. Made in USA. Okay, it's made in the States. And then this is 100% mineral sunscreens, and it contains 20% of zinc oxide, so only made of zinc oxide. And it says this is a non-nano zinc oxide. And then I'm happy it comes with a PA rating. The PA rating is a rating that specifically tells you how effective your sunscreen is to protect your skin from UVA rays in specific, because that's the rays that penetrates deep within and creates that irreparable damage to your skin, aging damage. So PA rating is 3+ signs. If you see 3+ signs, it's good. It's actually very good. I think 4+ signs is excellent. I think the most is 4+ signs. So this one has 3+ signs, which is very good. And I got this at Sephora, $35. So this is the packaging. We'll do swatches, and then I'm going to show you what this looks like on the skin, how long it takes to work it into the skin, and what it looks like. I do have my face set. The sunscreen itself is a little oily, like glowy, should I say, and it is so hot here. It's so hot in this room. So this is like oil and sweat all together. Sorry about that. And I have a glowy powder on my face. So so this is a sunscreen for face and body. If I forgot to mention that, face, body, it can be used for face and body. And what else? That's it, to be honest. I love the little packaging. I like this mustard yellow color. And yes, and it comes with a pump. It's very cute, to be honest. I don't know, I like this. It's something about it that I like very much. Everything is kind of clean looking and not like over. I guess the yellow is like a little over the top, but not for me. I love colors. So I'm gonna show you what this looks like. So when I saw, I thought, oh, it's a whipped texture, right? I was very happy about it. But as I was like kind of like working it into the skin, it kind of turns into an opposite texture, to be honest. It almost gets thicker because moussey is like more like airy, right? This one kind of gets thicker, almost like a paste. Look at that. It kind of a mousse airy texture should have disappeared by now, but I'm working it in still, and there's a little bit of residue you can see, and I do feel that's kind of played tricks on me a little bit. I was like, is it because I tried so many serum sunscreens? And in fact, I love serum sunscreens texture. This is the first year I tried serum sunscreens and I fell in love with them. So they kind of like ruined every other like finish for me. So I will leave the link down below. I made a video that talks about all the best serum sunscreens I've tried thus far, and you'd see how serum-y sunscreens just just disappear into the skin, like traceless, right? So they did kind of ruin other textures for me, but I do feel this looks like a mousse, but as you're working it into the skin, it kind of turns almost pasty and thicker in consistency. It's kind of takes some time to work. As you can see, it's like you can see a little bit of residue. I'm not going to even call this a cast, because a cast is completely different. That doesn't it just stays on your skin no matter how much like makeup you apply, whatever you do. But this one is more like just like a residue left behind, and if you set it with powder, they just disappear. That kind of like a finish, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to say it leaves a cast on dark skin. It's not a cast. So that's what it looks like. So yeah, that's something I observed. So I'm probably going to be repeating these things as I'm doing the demo as well. But that's something, the biggest I would say downside that I observed when I'm using the sunscreen, because yeah. So I think that's it. Let's move on to the demo portion of the video, and then you'll hear my final thoughts, and then you can decide whether I like this video or not. No, not the video. I love this video, the product or not. Alright guys, let's see what this looks like on my skin, as I always say in the beginning of a demo. So right now I have powder. I do have a little bit of powder. This is not bare skin. I had to like run out, and the logistics wasn't working out to do the video first and then head out. So I'm doing this at the end of the day. So I do have like very little powder. I didn't like you can see everything on my skin, the pimples, hyperpigmentation and everything. So it just was a light dusting of powder to just set the sunscreen. I already have the sunscreen on my face with a very light dusting of a sheer powder. So yeah, it shouldn't make a big difference, to be honest. So I'm just getting this out and just putting it on my skin. Oh, it got a little bit on the lashes. This is just like lip gloss, like a sheer pink lip gloss that I have on. And my eyes is like just sugar pill matte shadows. Let's get this. That is a lot of sunscreen left. I did take a lot. My forehead is on the smaller side. I don't need so much for the forehead. Okay. Do have a lot. So as you can see, this sunscreen it kind of looks whipped, but when it's not really whipped. When you kind of like start applying on your skin and kind of working it into your skin, it kind of turns almost into a paste. To be honest, it kind of looks whipped when you put it on, but it's not really whipped. So that was something that I did not like about the sunscreen, to be honest. Even when I was just like playing around with it, and you can see it's like around my mouth I do have a little bit of hyperpigmentation, and it kind of like highlights. That's where the white cast is like prominent. And what else? So when I was playing around with the sunscreen, it took so long. I got impatient. Like what? I mean, it's good. Like as you can see, I wouldn't consider this like a strong white cast, to be honest. I could just set you guys saw what the sunscreen looked like after I set my face with powder, and after a few hours it didn't really look like I had any white cast. And the powder that I used was actually a sheer glowy powder, not something with a lot of like coverage at all, to be honest. It's not the coverage. And I use like a big fluffy brush, which doesn't really give you a lot of coverage. You can see the sunscreen is kind of like calming down and kind of like setting on the face. So it doesn't leave a strong white cast where you can't work with it at all. And as I'm giving it time, it's actually getting much better. But I have to say, this kind of turns into like more of a thicker consistency. And it takes some time to work the product into your skin. And after this year, after using, hang on, let me just like set my face with powder. So this year, after using a lot of elegant sunscreens, I should say, in a way, serum like sunscreen, serum like texture, where it's so watery, it just like literally disappears into your skin without a trace. It doesn't leave any streaks. This is it looks like whipped, but it is like a traditional sunscreen where it leaves streaks. You can see the streaks like in the video. This leaves streaks, and you absolutely must set your face with powder. So that's something that I noticed, and that's something that I wasn't very happy about, especially after using such amazing textures. So I'm just gonna go set my face with powder and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I am back. This insane red lipstick is from YSL. Again, still my absolute favorite regular glossy lipstick. Candy Glaze, and this is in the shade 11. I'm not sure what the name of this red shade is, but just insane. Just look at it. It's like crazy. Not for the faint of heart. So I basically set my face with this powder, Laura Geller's Baked Balance and Glow Illuminating. Oh, it says foundation, but I promise you it does not. There is basically no coverage there at all. It's just a glowy powder. Look at that. It's just, there's no coverage at all. So there was, and I used this big fluffy brush to set, and as you guys can see, it's pretty glowy, and that kind of little bit of cast that was just like left kind of like disappears if you set your face with powder. So let's talk about my views and my final thoughts on the product. First things first, I do feel there are a lot of downsides just because serum sunscreens have seriously just ruined regular textures for me, to be honest. The texture is kind of, as I said in the demo, it looks fluffy and looks, you know, like it would just disappear poof into the skin, but no, it kind of turns into a thicker texture, almost like pasty, and you have to work it into your skin. I almost got impatient. Like I was like, when is this gonna go into your skin? You know what I mean? It looks, you'd think it's just gonna disappear, but it kind of turns thicker, and it gets, you have to work. I really felt I was working extra time, to be honest, than even like your regular cream kind of like sunscreens, you know, like Color Science and other sunscreens that have the regular creamy formula, the like a liquid formula. This was kind of almost pasty, so it did take time. And it's not SPF 50. I would have loved for an SPF 50. It's SPF 30. It's on the lower side. This is sufficient. I'm not saying it's not. SPF 30 is absolutely sufficient, but SPF 50, for all the work I'm putting in, I really wish it was SPF 50. On the good side, the cast is not really truly a white cast. It just like, it stays on your skin, and it just leaves a little bit of residue, I would say. Not exactly a cast. I wouldn't consider the cast. As you guys can see, just like, it looks good, to be honest. I would definitely walk out the door with like this. As you guys saw at the beginning of the demo, I came back from you know, a little errand with this on and set with powder, and honestly I felt it looked good. So, and the price, again, I have to say $35. It doesn't seem like a lot, but great sunscreens like Color Science is only $38 or like $40. Not a big price difference. So honestly, you could definitely consider those sunscreens where the texture is kind of on a liquid side. Sure, it kind of like takes a little extra time. Those ones are not as thin as the serum sunscreens, but they are, doesn't require this much work, to be honest. I'm a little confused. Am I like too spoiled because of the serum sunscreen, or is it, I feel this one definitely, the texture itself is a little thicker, to be honest. I might be a little spoiled from the serum sunscreens, but I never felt that I had to put in extra work for Color Science. You know what I mean? Those are liquid sunscreens, so I never felt I had like work extra hard for those. Like I would spread it and do a little bit of like massage, and it just like disappears, to be honest. So yeah, that's kind of like my review. It works great on the body as well. It doesn't leave any cast on, and again, for the face at least, it's like a smaller area, you can like quickly work it, but for the example, if you're putting this on the arm, you have to, I do have it on the arm right now, and no white cast. See, it's like zero white cast. Like I have all over the arm, the entire arm. I just, like I said, I came back from like outside, and I have it all over the arm, and it's very moisturizing, really good. But I had to go back and forth a number of times just to like get everything to disappear. But it did disappear. Look at that, no streaks, no white cast, everything is perfect, you know. Both arms, just the elbows a little bit ashy, but both arms, it's perfect, no problems at all. But I had to put in some time. So yeah, that's the only downside for me. And the price also, to be honest, I really wish it was like on the 30s price range. So yeah, all in all, that's kind of like my final thoughts. I really hope this video helped you make a decision. What do you guys think? Are you planning to get it or not? Did this kind of like pique your interest? Let me know down below in the comment section, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye.